Good evening, everybody. I should be in a position now where we can start the recording, and this is Tuesday night. It is Dr. Anthony Fontaine speaking, and we will be doing the My Wealth overview into Elamant. I'd like to introduce to you My Wealth Holdings. As you know, My Wealth Holdings is the umbrella company under which we are driving our first cash flow business, and that will be the point of discussion for tonight. As you can see also on the screen, on the right-hand side, we have under My Wealth Holdings, we've got My Wealth Method, My Wealth Capital, and My Wealth Advisory, and that is how the business is driven. Going from My Wealth Holdings into My Wealth Method, the project that we have at hand tonight is a My Wealth Method product. First, a disclaimer, and that is that you need to understand that neither the presenters or the organizers are registered financial service providers. And I want to also stress that all calculations are illustrative and based on assumption. And then the results in life are up to you, because as you and I take hold of this project, the results are entirely based up to the work that you do. So we can't make any promises. The discussion points for tonight will be My Wealth Vision and Mission, the My Wealth Method fundamentals, 6 asset classes of the My Wealth journey. Cash is king, but you're going to have to hold to hear that one. What is big data? The business key factors, the consumer behavior and cash flow model as a solution, and then the way forward. First, you need to understand with me the My Wealth vision, which is providing the framework for the optimal investor solution. That is correct. The framework that we have in place is to equip you as we take you on this investor journey. Here's the My Wealth Executive Management. It is as a result of 2 very fine young men, Carlo de Camara and Charles Coetzee, who acted as the founder members and literally got together because this was a God-birth business partnership. And myself speaking, Dr. Anthony Fontaine as your CEO, and then the management members, overlooking spiritual will be Bridget Marks, overlook training and development is Dr. Michelle Fontaine, and then the 2 regional directors, one in Cape Town, Martin Mester, one in Johannesburg, Arnold Jensen. That's how we drive the My Wealth business. The mission, because everything relates to how we handle the mission. And that first is that we want to supply a global wealth creation system. Yes, we are globally. How do we do it? Through a how-to strategies. In other words, the emphasis being on the practical how-to. Why? So we want to empower thousands of families to have financial freedom so that they have quality time. And I can tell you that unfortunately, as because of the coronavirus, a lot of families are forced to have quality time because the kids have been asked to stay home. And then basically through this, we were able to live out our passion and our life purpose. My Wealth fundamentals that drives the project. Firstly, I would like you to know that we look at investors from from $100 to 100 million investor spectrum. It says 1 million there, but it's actually to 100 million because we want to really empower anybody at any level. That's where we start. So for me, $100 or 1,500 Rand, this project can take you as you commence your journey. We also offer mindset and financial education. We are aware of the fact that all of us have a blueprint that was downloaded in terms of how we handle our finances. In my case, my dad used to say, money doesn't grow on trees, until one day I went through past a sappy factory and I saw where paper was manufactured and I clicked, hold on, but money does grow on trees because it comes from paper. Then we look at the growth application model. With us, we would like you to grow something that you would apply, but it's a model that we have put in place. That's our fundamental approach. We have a reverse engineer investor journey. This is due to the brilliance of Charles Coetzee, our one founder, that has literally put a system in place. And we have now reverse engineer saying where we want you in 3 to 5 years from now with the process in place. And that's exactly what our focus would be. Grassroots to financially free in 3 to 5 years. That means anybody and everybody welcome. All you need to do is to start with 1,500 Rand. Question? What if I don't have 1,500 Rand? Well, then find ways to come up with 1,500 Rand, maybe with 1 or 2, 3 people in the syndicate, and or maybe stand in your garage and say, what haven't I used for 6 months, and get rid of it. But if you cannot come up with it, up with the 1,500 Rand, this model would not apply to you. And proudly, we are founded on kingdom business principles. Everything we do comes from the word of God. Now, Charles Coetzee, our My Wealth founder, said, success is not a secret, it's a consistent application of the formula. So what we will be sharing with you tonight are methodologies that if you consistently apply them because of the formula that's in place, you should be successful in life. My Wealth Journey process. It's a journey and it's a process. Here's step one. We would love you to become debt-free. And I want to repeat that. We want you to become debt-free. Our second step is where we want to generate passive income equal to your current active income. Passive income is the way to go. So step one, debt-free. Step two, passive income. And then step three, 10x. We want to multiply that passive income tenfold. But it's a journey. Hence, you'll see that I press the arrows and we literally move from being debt-free into more income in the passive way, into growing it tenfold. I'd like you to take a picture. If this is the only thing that you understand tonight, then the My Wealth Journey process is what I would like you to remember. Because what's on offer tonight, what is being described, is as a result of what we want to achieve here. We do this through 6 asset classes as we take you on this journey. The first one being cash flow business options. And our project that we are talking about tonight falls into the cash flow business option category. Then we move into crypto trading. After that, into blockchain assets, into gold and silver and bullion, into S12J, which is really a private hedge fund. And this is where we optimize your tax. We give you a tax efficient model for you to not pay as much tax as you would have if you're just being tax smart. We will never teach you how to avoid tax, but we'll teach you how to become tax smart. And then into the last asset class, which is global real estate. But we look at real estate ventures that are safe. People will always need to go to medical center. Hospitals always will be around. So we're looking at global real estate models that will serve for centuries to come. So these are the 6 asset classes. Now, there's a specific way in which we advocate them and bring them to your attention. As you can see, I'm not putting up what I call fences between all of these, as what we want to do is to ring fence each one of these asset classes. For instance, look at the second one, crypto trading. Let's say something dramatic happens in the crypto trading market and that gets eradicated. Well, then you don't have all your eggs in your basket falling on the floor. You only have one of these asset classes that would disappear. So we would literally ring fence to protect you. Put in your mind, let's say that block 1 was a camp of lions, block 2 was a camp of buck, block 3 was a camp of tigers, block 4 was, let's call it rabbits. What will happen if I remove the fences? Chaos, yes. That's why we ring fence. And again, as you can see, from cash flow into crypto, into blockchain, into gold and silver bullion, into tax efficient models, into global real estate. But for tonight, we are only going to concentrate on this one, that is Elamant. And then we move into the other classes, which are not important, but they are the pictures to show you as we're taking the journey. But the first one that we're going to take on is called Elamant. Cash is king, but cash flow is oxygen. That's right. If you would like to go to the next level, you and I need to learn that if we want to get ahead in life, we need to realize that cash will flow in or flow out. You just need to learn which direction for that to flow. Hopefully, My Wealth will be the conduit that will teach you how to let it flow into your account at all times. So our cash flow departure, I actually want to ask you a question. That is, how will an additional 3,000 to 20,000 Rand cash per month change your life? Have your salary in your mind. Then add 3,000 Rand on top of that. Now, for most South Africans, and I can tell you that we have just received statistics that the average South African salary is 7,313 Rand, which means that 3,000 Rand on top of that is literally a 30 to 35% increase for the average South African household. Not too shabby, not whatsoever. The second asset class, which is only 3% of South Africa, is in fact 15,000 Rand a month, which means if we can grow your cash flow by another additional 20,000, we literally have doubled plus your monthly income. This is possible because we want you to realize and say to yourself, if I could show you a way for you to now gain an extra 3,000 to 20,000 Rand a month, would you do what we ask and recommend in this PowerPoint? That will be up to you. Here's something that is changing the world. The world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, but data. When we look at companies such as Amazon and Uber, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, and even Tesla, we see how this has changed the world. Imagine just having had the opportunity to have a little bit of insight into Microsoft. Imagine buying into Google when it started. Imagine being part of the Facebook team that started Facebook. You would no longer have any financial difficulties. Therefore, you have to understand that data is what's changing the world. Now, we're specifically taking this route because if you look at that little elephant up there, this is the new way. So I'm going to be playing a quick video for you to understand what data is and how it's utilized in today's world.
Big data. A seemingly complex term with a simple explanation. So what is it? Well, in layman's terms, it's our ability to now take massive amounts of data and derive a story from it. Now this is really cool because a few years ago, all of this data was mostly gibberish to us. But the entrance of distributed computing and parallel processing changed all of that. Now we can analyze the data, detect patterns, and make predictions. Why does this all matter? Well, with big data, you can now predict your customers' needs, their pain points, and even future complaints. The implications are huge. To illustrate, let's go back to 2012. Hurricane Francis was on its way, and everyone was preparing. Walmart decided to be smart about it. While most stores were stocking up with items like flashlights, Walmart stacked its shelves with strawberry Pop-Tarts. Armed with terabytes of customer history data, Walmart was able to wager that out of all its items, Pop-Tarts would be the ones most in demand. They went ahead and stockpiled their stores with 7 times the usual amount, and almost sold out. Then we have Netflix, who used big data to pretty much design the success of the popular show House of Cards. They used the massive amounts of data collected over the years to guide the creative direction of the show. So strong was their confidence in the show's success that they signed off on 2 seasons even before the pilot. $100 million vote of confidence because of big data. So how does any of this matter for your venture? Well, big names aren't the only ones capitalizing on big data. Smaller companies with small budgets are also taking advantage of big data. Targeted Facebook ads are an especially good example of this. When it comes to personal information, Facebook's collection of data is simply unmatched. Facebook can predict what a user will be interested in purchasing in the coming days, weeks, and even months. How does it do this? By collecting massive amounts of even the most minute data, like how long your cursor hovers over a certain link. And with their most recent acquisition of Oculus, Facebook will now be able to track and record even how long you look at a certain object. All this personalized data and the analysis that follows it is allowing small businesses to target their audience with shocking accuracy and inexpensively. No longer is it a drastic advantage for a behemoth company to afford a Super Bowl ad placement. Big data is changing the landscape for technology and business.
There you have it, and that is that after Oculus, that Facebook even can see how much time your eyes are spending looking at something specifically. So ladies, all those shoes that you're Googling, your husband will now can find out through Oculus how much time you're spending on Facebook looking at those shoes. So Big Brother is watching you. So there you have it. Big data is really making a difference in terms of how we look at business. Now I'm taking you to the project tonight, and that's called Elamant. Elamant literally is the project of choice as we introduce it as our first cash flow option. In discussing this, there are 5 ways that we're going to look at this business. Firstly, who is the company? Then what are the products? Is the compensation plan in any way attractive? Is the timing in the marketplace right? And then what's the kind of support that we would give you in looking at this business? Starting with it, who is the company? This is Ryan Evans. Ryan Evans is the CEO of Elamant. And I can tell you that he is the founder since 2017. And I would like to deal with the questions that I sometimes get from people immediately. If you go and Google Elamant, you might find that there is a case of the SEC that took Savient to court. Now, all I can say to you is that Ryan Evans was an employee from Savient. He was not the company itself. That's number one. Number two, he was merely the face of the company. He was an employee. Yes, he was asked to go to court purely as a witness. And in speaking to him in my CEO to CEO conversations, he related to me that he cannot wait for his court case to come up because then he can exonerate his name. So please do not believe all the trash you read on Google, because it really is the toilet door of society. But people will find what they're looking for. So I can just tell you the truth, that we've done our due diligence. We would not partner with somebody that is not above reproach. After that, he was registered in Singapore, USA, and South Africa, and I can tell you that their ribbon cutting is the 23rd of April here in South Africa for the South African office. It's already operational, just the ribbon cutting will transpire. It would have happened in March, but good old Corona got in the way, and as you know, everybody's been quarantined for 1 month. Elamant is a marketing company that specializes in receipt of data collection, like I've just shown you, and customer insights, which means that we partner with them, giving them insights as that data is provided to them. Well, this is no different to how Facebook, Google make their money, because a financial institution, and there's 3 different ways how this business has become sustainable. One of them being that a financial institution has partnered with them because that data is becoming of vital importance. Then Elamant uses revenue from advertising companies to help subsidize those data rewards and cashback incentives. And then the way that they operate that is that 40% of the revenue is used to set the pay up, and then 20% to 30% program and developing in other ways. So guys, this is a sustainable business. It started off by its partnership with a financial institution. What are the company products? The company products, there are several: data reward shopping, consulting program, wholesale travel benefits, as well as a lifestyle portfolio and social media. But for the sake of tonight, I'm only going to be focusing on the data reward shopping model and the consulting program. So what is Elamant? Elamant is a membership benefits club built for the modern day shopper and ambitious entrepreneur. I would like you to see that it appeals to 2 segments of the market. The first segment of the market is the modern day shopper, and the second segment of the market is the ambitious entrepreneur, the person that wants to utilize this as a business. And I'll come and explain that to you just now.
We are Elamant, a worldwide membership benefits club and consumer insights company. Big data is big business, and shopping data is highly marketable. Our goal is to collect point-of-sale data from shoppers and generate revenue by providing target advertising to merchants and marketing partners from around the world. How do we do this? With our exclusive data rewards program, our members simply shop at their usual stores with no change to their current buying habits, digitize their receipts, and receive up to 20% cash back on each receipt redemption, earning up to $200 per month. Want to travel more? With our member-exclusive travel portal, you will stay at the best hotels without paying retail. Receive near wholesale rates on flights, hotels, cruises, car rentals, and tour packages all over the world. Get the guaranteed lowest price, or we pay 110% of the difference. Even earn free travel from the points you accumulate on every purchase. With even more additional benefits coming soon, we are sure to have something for everyone. All of this in one membership for only $99 to start. Simply bring 3 and your membership is free. Qualified members become consultants to help us with support, training, and educating our growing network of members. Earn from $100 to $38,000 per week by helping our company train and retain our members. Get paid hourly and build your skills as a professional. With Elamant, you can live your dreams and get rewarded for your lifestyle. Find your Elamant.
So that's entirely up to you, whether you would like to find your Elamant. What is the bottom line then? And that is that you pay a monthly membership of only $99. That's 1,500 Rand. You pay it yourself, and the company has a subsidy plan. Now, we'll explain the subsidy plan to you a little bit later on. You can then submit your consumer behavior patterns via sales receipts You'll find out. All you need is a cell phone and the ability to take a photograph of a receipt, and you're in. And then you can participate even if you do not choose to onboard members. Guys, this is very important. Remember I said there's two kind of clients that look at this project. The first one is those who participate and they choose not to onboard anybody else. But those who do onboard others is the other option, and they rank up and become consultants and more, and literally that is how they drive this project. So those are the two ways that people can choose to become part of it. But bottom line is you'll pay a monthly membership fee, month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and it will continue. It's very much like a gym membership. Many people go to gym and they have to pay a membership fee. Now, whether you go to the gym or not, you still pay your membership fee. Very much the same here with Elamant. When you join, this is a membership fee that you'll be paying on a monthly basis. So please don't make the mistake that we make of going to the gym and then stopping, but we're still paying for it, because in this program, it could mean income. So now I'm going to take you through a membership cycle of 28 days. That means that you join the business on day 1, you'll pay 1,500 Rand. You will then on day 28 pay another 1,500 Rand. Or you have a choice. But before I get to that, I'd like to just take that back again. And I want to say to you is that you will, day 1, pay 1,500 Rand, and 28 days further 1,500 Rand. What I would want to say to you is treat this, in my mind, like a mini franchise. I don't know if you've ever tried to start your own business. It takes money. You go to the bank, you get a loan, and most businesses take 3 years to pay off. I have found if you approach this business like a franchise model, where you say this is going to cost you 4,500 Rand upfront, then you know you're approaching this as a business person. This is if you do not make use of the or option. So for the first person who just wants to be part of this program, I want to tell you, treat it like a franchise model. Month 1, you pay 1,500. Month 2, 1,500. Month 3, 1,500. Month 4, you break even. Month 5, you make profit, but you will annually make huge profits. And I'm going to explain to you just now how to do that. But the or function is for the person who decides, I'm going to tell 3 other people. If you onboard 3 other people in 3 days, that 1,500 Rand that you're paying now gets subsidized. And that just makes the pain so much better, because over 20 days, we get 5 points because of the $5. 5 times 20 equals 100, and that really will cover your renewal fee, which means in the form of credits, which means you are subsidized. Yep, the company subsidizes your $99. So is the compensation plan attractive? You decide for yourself. But first, before we get there, I have to do this disclaimer. The following information is only intended to educate and give examples of type of results possible as an Elamant consultant. The information is not meant or intended in any way for enticement or hype recruitment. I want to tell you guys straight, a lot of companies with hype get people in and they will crash and burn, because if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. It's just the way that it works. But each consultant will determine their income by their own level of effort. Your income is based on your service rank achieved. So this is my disclaimer. Make sure that you realize the truth up front. So in looking at this, this is how the program will work. Your data rewards program kicks in by firstly you shop. You register at 20 of your own stores. That means you just continuing shopping where you used to shop. If you used to shop at Woolworths or Spar or Pick and Pay or Checkers, it makes no difference. You continue shopping where you used to shop, because once a month you can change your 20 stores. For instance, if you travel and you now go and shop at another place, you can choose 20 different stores to submit. Choose your payment method and then save your receipts. What do you do with the receipts? Well, you load them. You take a picture of your receipt and then you upload it to your shopper's profile and you submit your data redemption weekly. Now, currently, we are doing it monthly, and currently we supply you with an Excel spreadsheet where you make a summary of everything that you've purchased, and you take photographs from your phone and you attach them as attachments. But somebody will teach you how to do that, because the person that will bring you into the business will obviously teach you how to run this as a business. The third one is then you start earning, receiving up to 20% back on data rewards. Convert your data rewards to passes or BTC. Now, the BTC option used to be available, as just for temporarily not available because of us going across to a new system. And I just pray it will be the 1st of April, because we've been waiting for a few months for the new switching on of the new foundation. And then you can earn up to $200 a month, and that in South African terms will be the 3,000 Rand a month. Just imagine. I mean, if you look at your current data reward card, take your, the one of the things that you are smart. Take that card. What is the biggest amount of money you ever got out per annum in a year? Is it 1,000 Rand? Well, if you did, you're lucky. All I can tell you is that this will be at least 8 times more than that, at least, if you use the system to work for you, even if you just used the shopping rewards and submitted your slips on a monthly basis, that you will kill what you ever used to make. It's far, far more. So you want to choose any of your favorite retail stores, such as appliances and auto, baby beauty products, books, cleaning, dining, electronics, food, drinks, fuel. That's a good one. So even for Uber drivers that would like to use the program, they can get up to 20% back on their fuel slips. They just need to ask for a cash slip. Just a tip from my side. Groceries, medicine, personal care, and anything that you purchase that is a product, you can claim back. But there are things that are excluded. Wholesale items, and then service-based businesses. For instance, ladies, if you go and have a hair done, your hairdo is not covered because that is a service. Your flight ticket is a service. But I can tell you, if you have your hair done, ladies, when you buy the products like the shampoo or the conditioners, those products can be submitted as products and they will qualify. Unfortunately, handwritten receipts will not qualify in South Africa because you know what? We are a very creative nation because of fraud. Certainly not a model that we can unfortunately follow in South Africa. So here's the summary. Shopping data. You save your point of sale receipt or your tax invoice. Up to 2 cards and cash as payment method. There it is. You literally can submit 2 cards and cash. That means 3 payment methods, or you can submit 3 cards as a payment method. It's all up to you. I find that for most people, 2 cards and cash is what works. If you look at on the screen, you see that this card here says 5787 is the last 4, and it's got James as the name. What you will do is to submit a credit card that has been covered, that just shows the 5187 or 5787, whatever it is, and your name, and it is absolutely safe because no one can do anything with your card if you only give them the last 4 digits of your card. But this is to authenticate that that card belongs to you. The question I sometimes get is, but may I use my husband's card to shop? Yes, you may, as long as it's one of your card of choices that you utilize. So if you're going to shop on your husband's card, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter to us what money you pay with, but that we get the data. Remember, our focus is on getting the data. Cash, the one tip I can give you is that when you put in petrol, ask for a cash slip because that will count as cash. As for now, South Africa, some receipts that you get from your shopping mall will say card. That still counts as cash because we have got loyalty cards. So we cannot determine whether that is a credit card, debit card, or a loyalty card. However, if your slip should say debit card or credit card, immediately that will count in the card dimension. So that's how you split between card and cash. Then those receipts be visibly and register your own profile, as I said, by taking the picture. And then the total receipts, I'm sorry, it's at the bottom of the screen because like Charles says, I'm using my crapple tonight. And that is from $5 to $500. Let's put that in South African rands. That means excluding VAT from 75 Rand to 7,500 Rand excluding VAT. So including VAT, you're talking 75 Rand will be 86 Rand, and the 7,500 Rand will be the 8,600 Rand. So that will be the maximum amount of the slip that you will submit. If, for instance, you go to Macro and you know your purchase is going to be 9 or 10,000, what you do is simply ring up to the point of 7,500, say thank you, then close off the slip and get another one, because we have to make sure that we fit into the parameters set for the business model. So we just have to become a little bit creative. Then we have a receipt cycle. Now, the previous cycle was a 28-day cycle called a membership cycle, which means that every 28 days you'll pay your 1,500 Rand. But in your receipt cycle, you'll see that if, for instance, you're onboarded on the 15th of March, in a 30-day cycle, you'll submit your slips 14th of April. Now, this cycle works as follows. your date that you paid and joined the business is the date where your slips have to be submitted. So if you joined on the 15th of March, that's your date. The next date will be 14th of April. If you joined on the 20th of March, your next date will go to basically the 20th of April. That means by the 19th of April, you can submit your slip. So it's a 30-day cycle. And then what happens in month 1, you buy your goodies. Month 2, Elamant as a company will process those receipts. Just imagine in your mind, for the person that spends on average, buys things for 100 Rand at a time, the maximum capacity that you can buy for is 15,000 Rand per month. Remember I said your slips can be from 75 Rand excluding VAT to 7,500 Rand excluding VAT, to the maximum of 15,000 Rand per month that you're allowed to shop. Now, if you take 15,000 divided by 100, that's 150 slips. Man, it takes our processes a long time to capture all your data. If you're clever and you help us to drive the system more sensibly, well, you want to submit 5 to 7 invoices that or receipts that are slightly bigger. So month 1, you buy. Month 2, the receipts are being processed. And then in the beginning of month 3, payment happens. And there you can see, submit your receipts up to 20% of your data rewards. And then after 60 days, that means in month 3, you get payment for your receipts. So please don't come and complain and say, but it's now the second month and I must pay my second 1,500 Rand. I still have not received my money. You can see that the system is built that there is, unfortunately, the way it's set up. You buy, you shop, it gets processed, and then you get paid. So I'm warning you up front that you will need the second 1,500 Rand on month 2 to basically have subsidy. You must subsidize yourself, or it's stand-in funding that you need to keep this model alive. That's how it works. Now, let's recap on how the data rewards work. Firstly, you do not have to change where you shop currently. You can continue shopping where you shop. Save your receipt and upload the shopping data weekly. Now, currently we're doing it monthly with a spreadsheet. That will change, of course, the moment we go into the new system, but we will then upload on a weekly basis. Receive up to 20%. Why do we say up to 20%? Well, if you bought only for 8,000 Rand, what is 20% of 8,000 Rand? Well, 8 times 2 is 1,600 Rand that you'll be able to claim back. Well, that hardly will cover your 1,500 Rand that you have to pay. You'll make 100 Rand profit for the month. Therefore, we encourage you. Now, we want the data. So if you have a brother that does not participate in the system, but they're prepared to give you a copy of their credit card, like just take a photograph once, and they submit all their slips to you, you're welcome to submit them, because I'm looking for the data that we submit, because it's a data rewards program. Now, you may redeem 100 or 200 data points every 4 weeks. That is up to you. And then you can use your current cashback or reward programs on top of this. For instance, let's say you have got an eBucks card and you manage to get 30% discount because you use your eBucks. That doesn't matter. We will still pay you and give you your 20% on top of that. I know of one lady in particular that bought items on sale at least 75%, less her 20% of this project, which means she paid 10% of her products. Now, that was an absolute masterful planned purchase. So what I'm saying to you is, if you plan carefully, you can reap better rewards. It's all entirely up to you. Good. So you get paid in 3 different ways. Currently, this is how 98% of our people get paid, and that is by means of a pass, or what we used to call a voucher. A pass that sits in your back office, and that is when you get rewarded, this pass sits to the value of 1,500 Rand in your back office. And literally what will happen is that as you choose to onboard any new member, that person will pay the money into your bank account, and then you will exchange the pass that's in your bank account for the 1,500 Rand, and in that way the money is available to you as cash. The second one is Bitcoin. I can tell you that we used to have the Bitcoin option until we had to change the system. That is being revised, and I am really, really hopeful and positive that we can get this done in the month of April, because Ryan Evans has been working on solutions. The third one is a card. Now, we're going to be looking at a card. This is the My Wealth card that we'd like to have integrated through our exchange system, and T's and C's will apply, but that's going to be one of the future options of how we can literally get paid in 3 different ways. But for now, focus in the past, make it work, and we trust that soon we will have these alternative ways operational. Now I want to move to the consultant program overview. Remember I said the first model is, call it sort of the franchise model, or just the shopping model, where people just take photographs of their slips and submit them. The franchise model was where you literally for 3 month period, you pay 151515 3 months in a row. Month 4 you start making money. Month 5 you definitely make clean profit, and that way you can amass wealth. The consultant overview is where you now get a benefit for being a consultant. So part 1, it's subsidized. You enroll 3 active members. What does that mean? People that pay their account and they are shopping and submitting their slips, and that way they start earning their 5 renewal points per day, and that will cover the cost. But number 2 is that you enroll 3 people and you are subsidized. You now have a choice. The moment you've told 3 other people, so that means month 1, you pay your 1,500 Rand. And if within 8 days, you enroll 3 other people, your 1,500 Rand is subsidized, but you must maintain an active membership, as you can see, and you can enroll those 3 using your custom URL registered username. You'll get a unique username. Obviously, mine is easier. If it's Doc Ant, it's Doc Ant. If yours is Leslie, it will be Leslie, whatever you choose. But that is the way that the company will subsidize it. Now, then we have a founder review. What happens here is, after the 3 people that you onboarded in 8 days, you have a choice. Let's say you did it in 15 days. I'm telling you now that you'll pay your 1,500 Rand in month 2 because it wasn't in the 8 days, but from month 3, the 1,500 Rand will be subsidized. Now let's look at this Elamant business cycle. Here's where I would like to slow down a little bit, because this is how the entire cycle works if I put the membership cycle and the receipt cycle together. In this example, you see January. You join the 10th of January, as an example, and you'll pay 1,500 Rand. You will then have 28 days, and then your next 1,500 Rand is paid. As you can see, there it will be 9th of February. Now, we've got the receipt cycle that will run from 10 January to 9 February, and that is your 30 days. Can you see that your 1,500 Rand was payable on the 7th of February? Now, guys, I said to you earlier on that this model has 3 different ways that bring sustainability to the company. This is one of the ways this company is geniusly provided a way for this to be sustainable, because your receipt cycle is 30 days and your membership cycle is 28 days, which means that as you continue in month 1, it will be on the 28th, month 2, the 26th, month 3, 24. And because the cycle of membership is in front of the receipt cycle, that provides cash flow. It's a brilliant business model. I wish I knew this when I was part of the Edcon group. I never thought of something like this, but this is genius. There you go. Month 1, month 2, month 3, where you pay 1,500 Rand. Remember I said, treat it as a franchise model. Yes, you can. And then another 30 days and you submit your slips, and now you get paid. Remember, month 1, it slips. Month 2, we capture. Month 3, get paid. Boom. There you go. So the first time we pay you, you get 1,500 Rand. Now, this is why we say in month 4 is your break even. The next month, you're still going to pay 1,500. Now you make $200, which is 3,000. So remember, in month 1, you're making $1,500, 1,500 Rand. Month 2, you'll make the $3,000, because then the cycle now starts kicking in completely, and it continually runs through, and this is how this works. Which means that over a period of time, what will happen to you? Your 1,500 Rand is now subsidized because of the way that the system is running, because it's costing you 1,500 Rand a month. You're earning 3,000 Rand a month, which means you make profit to 1,500 Rand a month. Now, literally, if you take 12 times 1,500 Rand, what will that give you? 18,000 Rand. Less your 4,500 Rand. If you want to see that as a startup cost, you're welcome, which means you're going to earn 13,500 Rand profit in your first year. Okay, there's just a summary over there. There's your 10.5, less than 9 is 1,500 Rand. And you remember, you can literally waive or subsidize your own 1,500 Rand if you enroll 3 members in the first 8 days. That's how that works, guys. And then this entire model becomes totally cheaper, because why? You're now making double the amount of money. And that will be 9,000 Rand that you'll make in the first 6 months. As you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2 will be 18,000 Rand that I spoke about. And that's it. So part 1, free renewal. You personally enroll 3 active members, 5 renewal points, and you maintain them for 20 consecutive days, and you are covered. But now, as a consultant, you can earn hourly consultant fees. This is genius. People sometimes ask me, is this a Ponzi? Well, a Ponzi is when you use other members' fees to pay people. In this business, the way why it's not a Ponzi is because consultants get paid for the work that they do. Now, if you've ever had any network marketing background, you'll know that you've helped people for free. Ryan Evans was a genius when he decided to pay consultants for their work. So the hourly consultants fees of about 400 Rand makes a huge difference. And this is one of the reasons why this cannot be a Ponzi. Hey, while I'm dealing with that, some people ask me, is it a pyramid? What is a pyramid? A pyramid is when the person on top always earns the most money. Well, in this business, that's not the case. Because if you enroll somebody, and I can say that I have a lady that is in my business that was enrolled, and 3 months later she enrolled her husband, but it so happened that the husband had more time to work the business. He is now earning more money than his wife that enrolled him, which means it is not a pyramid because he's earning more money than the person on top of him. So while I dealt with that, there, you know, it's not a Ponzi, it's not a pyramid, and it's a great business opportunity. So then we support your growing network of people, and you'll earn money depending on how much work you've done, how many people you've helped. Okay, the total allocated hours per performance and period is based on the number of active team members and the service of the level of the consultant, which means people paying their 1,500 Rand, submitting their slips, and being part of the process. This is what it looks like. This is the South African consultation compensation chart. There you can see you're a founder when you've added 3 people. Now, for the people that added those 3 people, in 8 days, you will subsidize your second 1,500 Rand membership fee. If you did it in 30 days, it'll be subsidized from there onward. But as a consultant, there you can see that by the time you have referred 3 people, and they have referred 3 other people, so 3 times 3 is 9, plus your 3, of course, because you originally put 3 people in, that's 12 in total. You will earn, look at the right-hand column, 6,500 Rand a month. So 6.5 plus the 3,000 Rand you get for your slips, that is just short of 10,000 Rand a month. Guys, this is only with 12 people. I can tell you right now, categorically, there's no other business in the world where you only need 12 people to earn plus minus 10,000 Rand a month. This is why this model is genius. So the consultant overview, maintain an active membership, 3 personal referrals that are active in their memberships, and then you support at least 12 active team members. Now in this example, you can see each one of those people had 3, 3, 3. But there's another way you can build the structure. What if person number 1 was more active, and this is what it will look like. But if you add all of the circles together, you'll see it's still the 9 plus your 3 that gives 12, and that's why you now qualify for 10,000 Rand a month. It is genius. But this is 80,000 a year. When last did you have a Christmas present of 80,000 Rand? Oh my gosh, what can you buy for Christmas? Would you not take an international trip? Just start dreaming what this can do for you. I think we've stopped dreaming, guys. We need to take the opportunity to dream and say, if we did a little bit of work and we were able to get an extra 80,000 Rand per annum and save it up and not use it and not absorb it into our finances, our Christmas can look totally different. Our travel program can look totally different this year. It's all up to you. Here's a broader view of what it looks like when the consultants now start really growing the business, going from 12 people to 40 to 80 to 150, as you can see. Here's a dream we have in My Wealth. You can see that at manager level, how many active personal referrals do you need? 5. So the My Wealth method is what we call 5 times 5 to the power of 5 method. We would like to advocate that if you focus on getting 5 people and say to them, I want to go in business with you, but I want you to find 5 other people who want to go in business with you. And all we do is we pledge to help one another, and we duplicate that. So you only need 5 people to eventually get 46,000 Rand a month, plus your 3,000, so that's close to 50,000 Rand a month. But guys, that's the top less than 1% of South Africa. I would rather say, let's go to senior consultant where it says that you can make an extra 11,600 Rand plus your 3,000 Rand. That will be a duplication of most of the people in South Africa. It all depends on you. And all I can say to you is, we have people in the business that have gone manager in as little as 4 to 6 months. It is very, very possible. And yes, do we have people at executive manager and director level? The answer is yes. Do you have senior director people? Yes, we have. And these people have done it in 6 months. But these are people who know how to build networks. But for the normal average person out there, there's no reason why you should not be able to get, say, 3 to 4 months to 10,000 Rand a month. There's no reason why you should not be able to get to 20,000 a month in 4 to 6 months. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get to 50,000 Rand a month in 12 months. That's for the person that's got a full-time job. So I would like you to be encouraged. If you've got a full-time job, you can do this. You just have to take a decision. Is the timing right in the marketplace? Well, I'd like to tell you absolutely yes, because if you missed out on Microsoft and Google, here's your opportunity not to miss out this time. And lastly, the support structures are in place, and this is how we do it. We use Telegram and Facebook to communicate to our people. We have weekly business presentations. Now, normally, we will have on a Tuesday and a Thursday presentations in Cape Town, and on a Tuesday and a Thursday night, we'll have a live presentation in Pretoria. But because of where we are currently with the coronavirus, we decided to do it online in respect to our president that asked for 30 days that we all will curb our activity. We will not meet publicly if we can prevent it, in the spirit of reducing the chances of people getting sick with the coronavirus. So this online presentation tonight, in sync, I can say, with our president's wishes and the wisdom that he had to say to us, all take care. We also will tomorrow night, that's on a Wednesday night, have an online presentation like this at 8 o'clock, and then again on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, just so you know what this week will look like. Then we have weekly online presentations. That's the one I spoke about already. And there's also training that goes with that, which gets circulated on Telegram and Facebook. And then we also have monthly personal meetings and business acceleration meetings to help our people grow their businesses. So obviously, when you speak to the person that's invited you to this, we'd like to see that you grow as a group and that you grow as a personal person as we help you as in the coaching realm. Of our people are being trained as coaches, and that way you know that you're in a position to fast track your results. What will it look like? It will look as follows, and that is that option one. That is, you decide that you just would like to shop. Okay, you want the data rewards, so you enroll with 1,500 Rand, and then you submit 15,000 Rands worth of slips on a monthly basis, and you will earn $100 ongoing from your 5th month. Because remember, month 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, you pay 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5. That's the franchise model. Month 4, you break even. Month 5 onward, it's a clean $100 profit. That's option 1. You don't have to tell a soul. Or option 2, you're doing exactly what you did with the option 1, but now you want data rewards and you want the free membership. So how do you do that? You tell 3 family members to do the same. Here's a tip. Everybody shops. Isn't that amazing? All you need to do is to find 3 other people who shop. If you don't know anybody who shops, well, then this is not for you. So this is option 2. You still just submit your slips. And now what you've done is you have just doubled your income. Where your income was going to be $100 per month, you now will earn $200 per month ongoing. And that is how you can literally amass 34,500 Rand per annum. Imagine 30,000 Rand for Christmas. Man, that's big. And lastly, which we advise, is option 3, where we say, yes, you want data rewards, you want the free membership, but you also want the consultant income. So what do? This is where the 5 times 5 to the power of 5 comes in, that you help 5 friends or family members with option 2 and 3 combined. And you submit your slips to 15,000 Rand, but then you start earning from the $600 onwards, where we talk about this 10,000 Rand a month. All that remains is for you now to say, am I an option 1 person, or option 2, or option 3? That's your decision. I would like to advise that the person that invited you to this presentation tonight, that you phone them, spend time with them, and for them to just explain it better. So here's the way forward. You want to register your free account on portal.mywealthmethod.io. I repeat that, portal.mywealthmethod.io. Why? So that you can serve under the umbrella and that you're safe and you're being looked after and protected by My Wealth. The second thing is then you register your free Elamant profile. Now, the only difference is you'll give your name and your surname, your email number, email address, and your cell phone number. But in the Elamant profile, it will go one deeper where you have to give your date of birth, because that's going to lead you into KYC program. So then you activate your Elamant membership. How do you do that? You pay you 1,500 Rand. That's all. You pay 1,500 Rand to the person that invited you. But then some people say to me, I'm not comfortable with that. Okay, pay the money into My Wealth, because we have also set it up because we want you to know this is a legitimate business protecting our members. Therefore, we've made the methodology available for you. And then book your seat for the next IBC or core workshop. And that means our meetings that we run. And guys, all I want to do is say that we've got 3 kinds of meetings. Take a photograph of the screen that says either you can come to our Investor Business Conference, or you can go to the core workshop, or you can come to the My Wealth Summit. That's what you can do. And there you can see what they are. It's 200 Rand per person and 300 Rand for a couple. And the next one, if IBC, is 9th of May. But from our side, the core workshop in Pretoria, Saturday the 18th of April will be important. And in Cape Town, Saturday the 4th of April. So there you got it. Saturday, 4th of April, Cape Town. Saturday, 18th of April, Pretoria. Our core workshops where you can learn more about how to get further in the My Wealth business. And of course, we will lead you in again to our product of choice, which is the Elamant program. So from my side, guys, welcome to the framework of the optimal investor solution. If you have any questions, I would like to advise, speak to the person that invited you to the presentation tonight. And remember that your future is in your hands. Take care. Thank you.